Good afternoon. You're watching The Week in Review on SABC News. We have our eyes firmly fixed on the highways and the byways of the country, just watching as traffic authorities are closely monitoring traffic volumes as an increase in vehicles is expected on major routes leading to various parts of the Eastern Cape. The early hours of today are anticipated to be particularly busy as holidaymakers begin their journeys ahead of the Christmas period. For more on this, let's speak to SABC News reporter Nandipha Plaatjie, who is in Nanaga in the Eastern Cape. Good morning, good afternoon to you, Nandipha. So just locate us where you are and what the volumes are and what authorities are saying about their expectations for traffic volumes.
All right, very good afternoon to you in studio. We are in Nanaga, just between three roads, the N2, the N10 and the R72, just before Gqeberha. The traffic volumes here today are regular, but we are expecting that the traffic volumes increase as holidaymakers will make their way in and out of Gqeberha and surrounding areas, you know, Cradock, Port Alfred, using these roads. Behind me is the Nanaga farm stall. This is the intersection that connects the N2, N10 and R72. As you can see, the traffic is quite regular. There hasn't been high volumes of traffic yet, but as we are approaching Christmas, we are expecting that the volumes will increase. Over the past few days, since it was public holiday and people were closing at work, we did see a high volume of traffic, but today it's quite a quiet day. We are seeing cars here and there, you know, taxis with trailers, people coming here to the Nanaga farm store just to buy. You know, it's a stop in between these roads, and we did speak to the Department of Transport in the province, and they're saying that they have beefed up, you know, the traffic officers. They've provided more vehicles for this season because the Eastern Cape is faced with quite a lot of car accidents on our roads. But speaking to the Department of Transport spokesperson in the Eastern Cape, Unati Bingose, he did say that they are continuing to monitor the traffic all around this province.
So monitoring the traffic, what are they saying, Nandipha? What are the factors that they monitor around this holiday season based on past experience, and which routes in particular? I would imagine routes towards the Western Cape and Gauteng would be monitored quite closely.
Yes, there will be one of the roads that they'll be monitoring quite closely is the N10 that is used to travel to Gauteng, because in that road there's quite a lot of car accidents, so they will be very visible in that area. And also, you know, around the metro Nelson Mandela Bay municipality, they continue being visible as it is the festive season, because they've seen a lot of cases of reckless driving due to driving under the influence of alcohol. There's been quite high numbers of that in the past festive season, some even leading to fatalities. But they do say that they will continue monitoring this to ensure that there are no cases of drunken driving, but if they are going to deal with the people accordingly.
And I imagine also, Nandipha, that high occupancy vehicles like buses and minibuses will also be monitored closely, especially also in the context of recent tensions that we've been seeing between some bus operators and minibus taxi operators in the province.
Yes, there has been those conflicts, you know, between the taxis and the buses, but the police are also working with the Department of Transport to ensure that the conflicts is resolved. We haven't seen this conflict in months now, but, you know, it is festive season and it's going to be quite busy. You know, the buses are also transporting people, the taxis are also busy, so they are also monitoring the situation. You know, they did have meetings to resolve the the conflict, with taxi associations and also the bus. Some buses were also vandalized at some point, but we haven't seen that in months, and they're expecting that throughout the festive season, they're going to continue monitoring the situation as well.
All right, Nandipha, thank you for that. That's Nandipha Plaatjie. She's out near the Nanaga farm stall on the N2 in the Eastern Cape, just monitoring traffic there. Look out for more of her reporting throughout the day. And I imagine that some people, if you are still in Gauteng or somewhere elsewhere, and that's your neck of the woods there, you would be wishing, you wish you were there already on Nanaga on the N2 in the Eastern Cape.